So what you guys are watching in front of you is a Corbin Carroll triple, and the crazy part about this is he made it from home to third base in 10.75 seconds. That is the fastest ever recorded. So Corbin Carroll might literally be the fastest human in the history of baseball. What's up, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We do this every single day, so don't be afraid to stick around. Aaron Judge is still trying for that 60-second home run, but his buddy Luis Severino stole the show in yesterday's game. Kyle Schwarber is getting very close to 50 home runs. Can he do it? And Bobby Witt Jr., he made some insane piece of history, so stick around for that. Also, later today, I'm going to drop a second video. It'll probably be a YouTube short talking about the Braves cheating. Yeah, that happened. Without further ado, let's get into the games from yesterday. So if I said the Halos scored 4 for Patrick Sandoval, who threw 6 shutout with 6 strikeouts, you're probably thinking they won their 8th game in a row. Nope. The Halos bullpen caved in on itself, and they blew it as Seth Brown and Shea Langoliers appreciated the Angels taking out Patrick Sandoval. So they scored a few in the 8th, then they tied it in the 9th as Tony Kemp hit a walk-off pinch hit single. So a couple notes about this game I do want to mention aside from the A's walking it off. Shohei Ohtani has an 18-game hitting streak, and it was really nice to see Anthony Rendon back out there and healthy. Made a nice play at third base. The machine, Albert Pujols, hit yet another clutch home run, number 703, to tie Babe Ruth for the second all-time in career RBIs. But the Pirates and O'Neal Cruz, they walked it off. No, quite literally. So O'Neal Cruz takes a walk with the bases loaded, and that is the game. The Cardinals, I'm just going to say this right now, they better check themselves because they're 5-5 in their last 10 games, and the playoffs are coming up this week, so they better course correct. They got to start playing better today. Christian Yelich is desperately trying to save his season as well as the Brewers season, and same with Hunter Renfroe. Those 2 home runs set Milwaukee up to tie it after an error in the 9th inning. I could not believe my eyes that this was actually happening. I thought, oh no, they're actually going to pull off some sort of sick comeback to end the season. Well, even though they won this game after Adames drove in his 98th RBI and Renfroe made sure that the Brewers came away with the W, it was just a case of too little, too late, because the Phillies' magic number was 1. So even though the Brewers won, the Phillies also won, so they will be making the playoffs over the Brewers. Kyle Schwarber, he wants 50 home runs, so there's his first of the game. More on him in just a second, because Aaron Nola, he deserves some praise. 9 strikeouts, 8 walks over nearly 7 shutout frames, and he ends his season with 235 strikeouts to only 29 walks in 200 plus innings. So that's pretty much prime Cliff Lee stuff right there. My friend Bryson hit his 10th home run, and Schwarber now has 46 home runs. He's 1 away from 200 for his career. Kyle Schwarber, he's in the conversation as one of the best power hitters of my lifetime. So the Phillies do end their decade-long playoff drought just like the Mariners, only the Mariners was 2 decades. And honestly, if we're talking about the well-roundedness of the Phillies, because they do have a good lineup, their defense is not very good, so you can't really count that, but their pitching, it's pretty solid. They can surprise some folks. I feel like they can make a deep playoff push if they get hot at the right time. New York Mets fans are not Mets fans for the next few days. They're actually Miami Marlins fans because the Marlins are taking on the Braves, and the Braves, yeah, they wet the bed yesterday. The Marlins shocked the world as the Braves struck out 14 times. 12 of them came against the Lizard, Jesus Luzardo. He has some of the nastiest stuff in baseball. He can be a top 15-20 starting pitcher in baseball heading into next season. He had 18 starts this year with a 3.32 ERA and a nearly 11 strikeouts per 9. So if he can limit the walks to 1 or 2 per game, he will be very, very good. Brian De La Cruz is hitting 306 with an almost 900 OPS in the second half. So he's trying to earn back some praise that he got during his rookie season in 2021. So it makes you wonder, Don Mattingly is not going to be the manager in the following season. If anyone takes that job, it's actually not a bad gig because Jazz Chisholm, if he stays healthy, if they add a power bat or 2, if the rotation stays healthy, the Marlins, they can be good. Even though the Rays had Tyler Glasnow throwing nearly 3 shutout innings and got home runs from Wander Franco as well as Manuel Margot, the Boston Red Sox ended up sneaking back into this one and stealing it directly under Tampa Bay's feet. The Rays, they're in the playoffs, so just like the Cardinals, they better start playing better baseball because the Rays are 3-7 in their last 10 games. They've lost 3 in a row. That is not good when the playoffs start in just a few days. Whereas the Jays, they're the anti-Rays. Toronto are winners of 4 in a row and quite possibly had the equivalent of God opening the gates of heaven right in front of your very own eyes. Jose Barrios, through a quality start. That might be the most perfect sentence for a Jays fan right about this time of the year because he got paid a lot of money, but he's been awful this year. I'll show him in just a second because I want to go ahead and just look at Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He has 32 home runs in a down season, but yes, 5.5 ERA. Jose Barrios stepped up, only allowed 1 earned run over 6. He for sure has to limit the walks going into the postseason, but Jose Barrios does have the talent to be a top pitcher going into the playoffs. So can he get it fixed? Let me know. Regardless, the Toronto Blue Jays win easy 5-1. So let's go ahead and talk about the Bronx Bombers. Sevy was the story of this one. He threw 7 no-hit innings with 7 punch-outs. So he's at 94 pitches. He's going to go back out for... Wait, what's happening? So Aaron Boone is basically trying to save Sevy from himself. So Sevy was taken out of the game. 7 no-hit innings. He's done after 94 pitches, and that's pretty much because he's coming back from multiple injury setbacks over the last few seasons. So bigger things are at stake. They're basically trying to save Luis Severino from himself. He's a competitor, so I respect it, but I guess it was the right move. I don't know. You guys have to let me know your opinions on taking an injured pitcher out in the 6th and 7th inning, because didn't Max Scherzer have a perfect game through 6 or 7 innings a few weeks ago, and he was removed? Anyways, you saw Marwin Gonzalez and Giancarlo Stanton both blast off, so the Yankees, they win easy. And yeah, Aaron Judge is still at 61. I have not said the name Hunter Green in I feel like a few months, but that's going to change in today's video. I'm hoping that this is the start in which he's figured it out completely, because he's been roughed up throughout the year. He tossed 6 shutout innings with 8 strikeouts, 1 walk, only 2 base hits allowed. Again, I'm really hoping that this final start of 2022 is what unlocks him going forward. Joe Musgrove almost had the exact same start as Hunter Green, 7 strikeouts over 6 shutout. He only allowed 4 base runners. He did not get the win though because San Diego took forever to score some runs. In the blink of an eye, Cronenworth, he doubled the lead, and Will Myers followed it up with a 3-run nuke. It still blows my mind that San Diego is 16 games over 500, but 22 games back of the Dodgers for first place. Speaking of the Dodgers, they got back Gonzo. Tony Gonsolin was back out there. He allowed 1 run in 2 innings, but that was just a warm-up start to get his arm kind of heated before the playoffs begin. Jose Arena, really good, 1 run over 6. And rookie Michael Toglia, he singled in the game-winning run in the 9th inning for the Rockies. I told you guys, Drew Waters is going to destroy Cleveland for the next decade. It was basically a walk-off 3-run home run. Let's just kind of be honest with ourselves. He's hitting .333 with 4 home runs and 10 RBIs in 24 at-bats versus Cleveland this year. That is insane production. Also, Bobby Witt Jr., like I mentioned in the intro, he joined part of Forever. He made some history as one of, I think, 5 or 6 22-year-olds or younger to have a 20-30 season that is 20 home runs and 30 stolen bases. Look at the names on this list. That is stupid. The Detroit Tigers have officially improved to 5-1 on the season with Akil Baddoo as the leadoff hitter. I just thought I would mention that. Javier Baez hit one off the rookie George Kirby. Baez has 8 home runs and a 110 OPS plus in the second half, which is good. And Victor Reyes is playing very well lately. The White Sox and the Twins, they were facing off yet again. In Chicago, they barely snuck past the Minnesota Twins with a 2-run home run from Josh Harrison and a Carlos Perez RBI single. Shout out to Johnny Cueto, by the way. That was his final start of the year. He was basically written off by a lot of other big league teams. I thought that he was maybe going to have his career finished after what happened the last 3 years with the Giants, but no, he had a 3.35 ERA. He was really good, and good for him. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed today's recap, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe because we do this every single day. And without further ado, enjoy the Web Gems.
1-2 to right center field. Long run. Grisham will dive and make the catch in right center. Grisham says no.
Kelnick on the line. Baddoo with a sliding grab. What a play by Akil Baddoo in left field. Couldn't either. At the very last moment, he dives.
Fly ball, right field. That's going to send Margot back to the wall in front of the bullpen. He's got room and makes the catch.
The ground ball. Great stop at third. Urshela comes up firing.
Best. Most impressive quick hop step. That ball hit hard down the line, and man, has he been good over there this year.